Hi everyone and welcome to week 4. I wanted to give you specific information about the week 4 journal entry. This one is called Reference Interview, Reference Works, Peer Review, Journal Entry. And it's a little different than the other journal entries you've done so far, and it's going to be different than a lot of the ones you're going to do in the future. So I kind of wanted to walk you through it so you're not freaked out by it. Essentially, there's 2 parts to this journal entry. The first part is on this page. It's what you're going to submit on this assignment page first, and it is due by Thursday. What you're going to do is you're going to act as if you are a patron entering a library, and you're going to ask a question. So all you're going to be submitting here is a research-related question. Now you get to decide what that is, but just remember, don't make it too convoluted, don't make it too difficult. Not too obscure, right? Kind of a relatively simple research question. The example I use here is that you're a 17-year-old doing a high school project and you need to find background information on the counterculture movement and some biographic information on specific authors that were part of the movement. That's just an example of something you could use, okay? Now what's going to happen is you're going to turn this in by Thursday. Also on Thursday, you are going to be randomly assigned one peer reviewer from the class. So another one of the students is going to be your peer reviewer. Now what that means is that peer reviewer is going to be acting as if they are the librarian who got your question. And that's the second part. The second part is due on Sunday, and that is the other person is going to be acting as a librarian answering that question. The way you do that, and I can't show you on the computer because I don't have the access to be able to show the student side, but I do have videos that show you how to give feedback. Essentially, you're going to be answering their question and giving them specific resources in their assignment comments. So in the section where you usually get feedback from me, that's where you're going to be typing in your peer reviewers' answering the question to the patron that asked the question. If you need to ask specific questions, like if you're a little unclear about what the patron asked, then you could go to inbox and you're going to email your assigned patron, and you're going to ask specific questions in email. You're more than welcome to CC me and add me to that email as well. If you feel uncomfortable, if you just want to have me a part of that conversation as well, you're more than welcome to do that. You don't need to touch the rubric. You're going to see that you're going to be able to access the rubric for this assignment, but you as the librarian do not need to touch the rubric. All you need to do is answer their patron question in the submission comments. And the thing that's really important, and what I noticed last time I taught this class, was the librarian or peer reviewer was answering their question with items that I did not ask for. So they were finding journal articles, they were finding websites, they were finding that kind of thing. But this is specifically asking you to find reference works to answer their question, right? So it doesn't need to be like specifically peer-reviewed items or anything like that. We're looking to see if you can find some reference works, because that's what this week is all about, reference works to answer their question. That could be as simple as even like background information on a Wikipedia article, because Wikipedia is a reference work, or maybe an encyclopedia, or you can use Gale Reference Library, or a biography, that kind of thing, almanac, that kind of stuff. So make sure you try to find reference sources, either from our library, the Neely Library, or a local public library. Okay? Feel free to ask questions at any point in time, but definitely take advantage of the resources at the bottom of the assignment. So how do I submit a peer review to an assignment? Where can I find my peers' feedback for a peer-reviewed assignment? And then there's also information, a video on how to use feedback, how to use the peer review. And also there's a little link here to how to get a permalink, because you're going to be wanting to provide permalinks to these reference sources. So there's information on how to do that as well. Remember, ask questions, Never feel like you're in the dark. If you ever feel confused, just ask me, okay? Thanks.